Alright guys, welcome back. Luhya nation has been political orphan for a long time. Since the death of their son, Masinde Muliro in 1992, hakuja kuwa na mtu yoyote that can fit in shoes of Masinde Muliro. When Wamalwa was rising down 2003, Wamalwa left us. And now, Luhya nation wamekuwa kama wale ndege wako kwa mti ambao unayumbayumba. The leaders that they believe in, they were only going to discuss about their stomach. They were only going to discuss about their interest at the national politics. They were not representing the people of Luhya or rather Mulembe nation. With that, now people do Ringanet. People do Rebirth. As we speak, the two Masinde Muliro and the one Wamalwa Kijana are now back in Kenyan's politics again. And Luhya nation has now rebirthed their so-called Luhya unit. I'm talking about George Natembeya, who is now taking over Masinde Muliro's spirit, and Edwin Sifuna, who is now taking over the Wamalwa Kijana spirit. When George Natembeya begins with Tawe movement,
hata nyinyi wa mama mzaki kuja nyumbani akileta maneno anacheleza chakula ufanyie tu hivi, atakuwa anaelewa nasema nini. Umeelewa? Umesema no nonsense ama namna gani? Haya, funga. Fungeni mkono basi. Haya, mambo ya njaa. Umaskini. Ukabila. Kodi Kenya. Wetangula. Wetangula hajasikia. Wetangula bado hajasikia. Funga mkono ya Wetangula peke yake sasa. Funga. Haya, Wetangula. Rizwa kabisa.
this was not just a fungua or rather funga movement with Tawe. This had to do with bravery that Masinde Muliro had by that time then. Masinde Muliro was a brave leader who can face the system and also demand for the development to the people of Western Kenya. With that, this Tawe movement of Natembeya, it shows that braveness. It shows that it is now a replica of Masinde Muliro. This is Masinde Muliro. And now, this is the Tawe movement of George Natembeya.
Umaskini. Ukabila. Kodi Kenya. Wetangula.
One thing they share, brave. Natembeya is a brave man. We have seen how the system has tried to quench him, but Natembeya is now coming up to be a very strong person. For over 20 years, some may say 2 decades, Natembeya is doing something that the entire Luhya leader would have not done. And that thing is to face the system and call out the old gang leaders. And the old gang leaders I'm talking about, these are the so-called Kuto Secretary General Francis Atwoli, the so-called Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, and the so-called third in command, Papa wa Roma, Moses Masika Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly. With that, Natembeya is showing that Masinde spirit, a spirit of brave, a spirit that is there not just fighting for his own people, but also showing a national interest. And the Tawe movement has penetrated almost all Luhya counties. Talk about Vihiga, talk about Bungoma, talk about Kitale, the Trans Nzoia, talk about Busia, and talk about Kakamega. That is Tawe movement. And guys, in case this is your first time coming across us, kindly please consider subscribing to this channel. And now, on flip side of it, here comes Kijana Wamalwa. The Kijana Wamalwa we have is Edwin Sifuna. Oratory, very perfect. When you listen to Kijana Wamalwa,
mimi nitoe na ningependa hata na mimi nitoe hakikisho langu, ingawa mimi mwenyewe najiamini kwamba I would make the best president ever. Lakini sababu ya nchi ya Kenya, sababu ya watoto wa Kenya ambao hawana future ikiwa KANU itarudisha mamlakani, sababu ya ninyi wote ambao mnalala hoi, sababu ya ninyi wote ambao mmesoma kupindukia na hampati kazi, sababu ya hayo yote, mimi pia niko tayari kusema bila kusita kwamba kama si mimi nimeteuliwa kuongoza ama kuendesha hili gari, mimi nitaunga kwa hali na mali yule ambaye atatunukiwa nafasi hiyo.
It again, listen to Edwin Sifuna.
One of the things that was quite amazing is that, do you know the person who actually had that tear gas? There were two, and one had handcuffs. These are things that only police officers have. Our suspicion is that these were officers in plain clothes. The young people went and found these people. Of course, waliwasalimia kidogo. And if it wasn't for Babu Owino, because he was the one on the mic, those two gentlemen would have been killed. Because Babu told them, no, stop beating them. They were severely beaten. So when somebody says that I arranged my own tear gassing, then the young people caught my person who was supposed to tear gas me, giving him a beating like a dog, almost killing him. What sort of logic is that when Kipchumba Murkomen speaks?
Like that,
Number two, Latif. All these devices, by the way, have serial numbers. And the general population, like an ordinary citizen like myself, has no way of accessing those things. We want IPOA. I wish that IPOA was empowered enough to be able to do some of these investigations. It is possible to get those fragments of those tear gas canisters and be able to trace which police officer, which police station those things came from. But I want to just send a general warning, two warnings actually. Number one, to the people who are being used to disrupt other people's political rallies. It is very dangerous for you. You can actually be killed. If it wasn't for us saving the lives of those two young people who had handcuffs and the tear gas, they would have been killed there. Number two, I want to warn the state that it is going to take more than tear gas now to stop the voice and the movement of the people. They have to try something else. Let them try bees from wherever it is they can get bees or something like that. But it is not going to be possible. The young people of Malemba coined a msemo on Saturday that kutupwa kwa tiaga sio mwisho wa mkutano. Yeah, so let it be known that it will no longer be possible to stop people's movements using these things.
The same eloquency, something that you normally call the oratory skills. And from that time then, those were now assuming the role of opposition. As we speak, the ODM that has Baba spirit is the ODM led by none other than Edwin Sifuna. Edwin Sifuna has now captured the young generation of this country, not only representing them, but now representing the entire Western Kenya. That unity that we used to preach day in, day out is now on. That unity that we used to preach day and night, these two gentlemen are now driving it. And when you speak to lawyers, this is the first time. Lawyers will now cast their vote on one basket. Not things that they have doing for almost the 4 election that has passed. For this, they are ready to cast their vote on one bucket just because of Edwin Sifuna and George Natembeya. Good news to you, Luhya Nation. This is for you. And now you have to support the two. Tuachane na tamaa, tuachane mimi pia nataka, so that at least you can rescue the nation of Mulembe, so that at least Mulembe can be respected again. And now, Edwin Sifuna is clear. I was listening to him in one of the interview in a radio station. Then he is like, I will go as the people wants. When people wants me to run for presidency, so be it. In this presidential ambition, this is not the first time he is speaking about it. Sifuna was clear that the time of Papa Waroma, the time of Musalia Mudavadi is now over. As they will be planning for 2032, let them allow him to go for this 2027. Just check.
Na sisi tunataka kusema Mheshimiwa Weta, Mheshimiwa Mudavadi, mimi nimewaheshimu siku hizi, hata huwa siwasemi, lakini niko sine ukweli. Omwamwe tangula nekolo manga lero umboe. Ese ekolo manga ta. Lakini ninaombi kwenu 2027. 2027. Hii jamii ya Mulembe hii jamii ya Mulembe tunataka kukua kwa debe ya urais. Na kwa sababu nyinyi mmesema mnangoja 2032, sisi ambao tuko na mayuba kidogo, tukiamua 2027 tunataka kuingia, tafadhali mtuunge mkono. Nataka mtuungeko sisi wenye tunataka 2027, 2032 ikifika ndakuunga wewe. Wacha nione wa 27 ndio hawa. Nyinyi mtatafuta wa 32. Jambo la mwisho.
And that is clear indication that Mulembe Nation has rebirthed the two prominent, powerful leaders that they left them. And now it is their time to show their true unity. If you are watching this video and you are from Mulembe Nation, what is your thoughts on this? Is it true? Or this is just a hype these two leaders are moving on? What is your thoughts again? Drop it in comment section. I'll be doing my best to read it and giving you a response. And with that, guys, peace and love.
And with that, guys, thank you for choosing Kenya Political Brief as your primary news platform, more so on politics. Kindly please share this video to a friend. If politics is your passion, this is the place you really wish to be. Kindly subscribe. Bye bye.